Hey there guys, welcome to another action figure review, and today we shall be looking at 3 action figures from the Indiana Jones Adventure series. Yes, we're gonna be looking at Indiana Jones in his Temple of Doom attire, Major Arnold Toht, the main muscle of Raiders of the Lost Ark, because I would consider Belloc to be the main antagonist of that movie, and Indiana Jones in his Raiders of the Lost Ark appearance, but more specifically, the opening scene in the jungle when he's trying to grab that idol. And before we get started though, why am I making this video? Why am I reviewing 4-year-old figures, give or take 3-4-year-old figures? Well, I really wanted to do something to commemorate the 30th anniversary of what I consider to be the best attraction in the Disneyland Resort here in California, Indiana Jones Adventure, Temple of the Forbidden Eye. To me, that is the best attraction when you combine everything, theming, the speed, just pretty much spectacle and effects. It beats every other ride. Sure, Incredicoaster has more speed. Sure, Big Thunder Mountain might be up there when it comes to theming. And sure, you know, Mission Breakout has way steeper drops, of course. But when you combine it all, even in the queue, when you combine it, everything, Indiana Jones Adventure to me is just tops. Nowhere else in the park does it feel like you've got transported to another world once you go inside that temple. Yes, you're waiting outside in the queue in Adventureland. You could still see, you know, the Bengal barbecue there. Off in the distance, you could probably see the river boats and the rivers of America like streaming, going down river, you know. But as soon as you walk in through that temple, it's like you walked into the set of the movie. And it only gets better from there. And it's so synonymous to me, you know, that so many songs just playing off in the background, you know, Glenn Minor's Moonlight Sonata or Moonlight Serenade, right? And that's before you get to the ride. Once you get into the ride, to this day, it's one of the most, I don't know, it never gets old. At least to me, it never gets old just getting on that ride, you know, going through the Chamber of Destiny, taking that diversion because you looked into the eyes of Mara. Nothing beats it. In my opinion, nothing beats it. Nothing beats evading that boulder at the end. Real steep drop as well. And it was a much rougher ride because, yes, over the years it's softened up. Haven't been to the park in years. But near the end, you know, near the time that I was there, it did need refurbishment badly. And from what I've been hearing, a lot of the things that it had over the years had been taken away. I'm one of those people that rode it when it premiered, and I don't recall any ice dropping on me, even though that they said that was an effect that was only there for like the first couple of years. Don't ever remember that. Do remember it being a really hectic, bumpy ride. And yeah, so I will always consider it the tops. You know, it's up there in Disneyland attractions for me, and both Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. Yes, there's other rides that I like, but to me, this is a ride that I feel like they really nailed it. Whereas other rides, they probably took their time to like refine them and make them better, and in other cases, they might have taken a step back. Like, for instance, I do think Mission Breakout, as much as I love the theming of Tower of Terror, love the theming of it, but I think Mission Breakout did make some improvements on it the fact that the drops are now much more randomized. They're still randomized they're still set to an extent that depending on which song you get playing in Mission Breakout, and they could always incorporate more songs in the different sequence of drops. So that's always something that they could always do. And yeah, okay. And going on with that, see, that's the thing about like, even in Mission breakout, like as much as you want to make the comparison and say like, well, as soon as you step into the what used to be the Hollywood Tower Hotel, now it's the Tavam collection thing. As soon as you walk into there, you're transported into another world as well. But not really. I still see some vestiges of the Tower of Terror Hotel, and more so in the attraction. Like when you go up and the windows open, you see the Matterhorn there. It's a break of diversion. And of course, it's just at the end of the day, it's meant to be an attraction. At the end of the day, it's meant to be an attraction. Guess what? Indiana Jones Adventure, at no point in that ride do you see anything. As soon as you walk into those temple doors, at no point do you see anything that will take you off of that attraction that makes you think you're in Disneyland anymore. And that's what I really love about it. But anyways, that's enough talking about my favorite ride at the Disneyland Resort. Let's get on to opening these figures. And let's start off with since I'm giving a bunch of hot takes now, let's open up a figure from my favorite Indiana Jones movie. Yeah, I'm that guy. I actually like Temple of Doom the best. I feel that movie, it gets so much bad rep nowadays. I don't know why it gets so much bad rep. It's such a great movie. I don't know what's this fascination. Like, don't get me wrong, killing Nazis is fun, but I did think that if Temple of Doom would have gotten a better rep than it didn't get, we would have had other Indiana Jones adventure stories that kind of didn't stray far away from, I think we would have gotten a different movie than Last Crusade, give or take. I like Last Crusade as well, but I did feel like it was just a retread of the first movie, which is why I like Temple of Doom so much, because it wasn't a retread of the first movie. And that kind of got taken away from us. And I know there's been other sources of media, and I'm not just counting Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, but there's been other sources of media that have tried to deviate and have different sets of enemies. I really like the old video game Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. Really dig that game. And one of the things that I liked about it was that it was actually a prequel. It was actually a prequel to Temple of Doom, because literally at the end they were talking about going to Club Obi-Wan to get the diamond. I forget what it's called. It has an actual name, but I forget what that diamond is called, in exchange for the urn of Nurachi. But windowless packaging, because of course this figure was made way back when Hasbro was trying to save the environment. I don't know if they care about the environment now. 5 figures in the set. Of course, this came out in 2023, because I do see an older Indiana Jones, and I do see this lady who I'm pretty sure is from like the Dial of Destiny movie, which again just goes to show you it's like okay, come on, like we could have Indiana Jones fighting other enemies besides Nazis, and it's kind of getting a bad rep that like the two movies in which Indiana Jones fights other people besides Nazis are in this case it was Communist and Crystal Skull, and of course the Thuggy right here in Temple of Doom is like, for some odd reason they get the worst rep, and I'm like, come on, man. Those are two of the more experimental movies. And I would say the first half of Crystal Skull is actually pretty good. It's once they get to the jungle that it kind of falls off a cliff, and never recovers. But that first half was excellently shot, and right here they just show you the artifact. And of course, I guess I like this. Like, it's like that little map, like like that. So I guess right here it's let's see. So they put in all the accessories, including the build-a-piece. So the build of an artifact. So I guess I could build like the Sankara stones, like skeleton kind of. Sankara stones kind of Okay, so I should get the sword, the revolver, a curled up whip right here, the standard whip, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much everything that he came with. And I guess Indy is inside here. But yeah, I just wish we could have gotten much more Indiana Jones movies, you know. Which, by the way, I think if I remember the timeline correctly, so pretty much this actually takes Temple of the Forbidden Knight takes place before the Emperor's Tomb, and that one takes place before yeah. So it's Emperor's Tomb, and then it's Temple of Doom. So my three favorite sources of indie material happen in the same, like, pretty much calendar year. You know, like I think it's like 1935 where all those movies take place. 36. But yeah, and another thing I'm gonna answer to you guys is, like, I never really got the figure. I never really got this figure because they were getting bad reps for some odd reason. People, you know, in regards to the first wave, they were just like, oh no, don't get this indie figure, it's garbage, it's trash, blah blah blah, this, you know, typical action figures. You know, people just complaining for the sake of complaining. They want you to spend money on their import figure because they spent their money on their import figure. But looking at this indie right here, I really like they kind of did like a dry brush on like the shirt to make it look weathered and tired, and obviously this is him at the end of the movie. This is like after he's been fighting all these thuggies, recovered his clothes, overcame a dark spell, minecart right from hell. Yeah, he's just out of it. And I do remember this scene. He's like looking for his revolver and it's long gone. So he gets cornered in the bridge, and well, you guys have to see the movie to find out what he does. But yeah, it's pretty good. Articulation wise, I don't know, man. I don't know about this. Like, you see the knee is sculpted bare, and yeah, they could have done a better job of like hiding this, I would say, man. Because yeah, they could have done a much better job. I'm not gonna lie. Prone like this, he looks pretty excellent. Face sculpt is pretty good. I don't know why people were complaining about the face sculpt, but then again, I think they were complaining about the Raiders of the Lost Ark version of the figure. But yeah, this is definitely Harrison Ford right here. Butterfly joints. He does have like a torso, but the shirt gets in the way of, like, he does have like a torso cut, but like a diaphragm, but the torso does get in the way of like him being able to scrunch a bit, but at least it's there. And these pan cuts, I actually do like the pan cuts right here, not so much right here because the knee looks wonky. See what I mean? Like, right, but right here, like, it's done to good effect. Yeah, boot articulation is good as well. Yeah, articulation is okay. I think that's where we're gonna have like the black mark, because the paint apps on him is good. Face sculpt is good. Like him, like sculpt wise is good. It's just when you actually get to the actual articulation, I don't know. I feel like they could have done something about this, or something much better about this, you know, just the open cut like that. But accessories are good as well. And yeah, like I really like the dark. When I say dark, I don't mean like completely, but I did like the dark, cynical take on Temple of Doom. But of course, this was a younger, much more edgier Indiana Jones, in the sense that he hadn't been humbled by life yet, and he's a much cooler cat by the time you get to Raiders of the Lost Ark, and obviously he gets wiser and much more calm throughout the movies. And yeah, so I don't know, like I guess maybe that's what I want. I wanted that much more edge. I wanted Indiana Jones to have much more of an edge, and I could only imagine how it would have been him, starring in other ventures, like starring in other ventures in that aspect of his life, before pre Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know. But yeah, I need to check out that game, The Great Circle. I heard it's actually pretty good. Don't know where it takes place. I don't know if it actually takes place before or after um, Raiders of the Lost Ark. But yeah, I do have to check that game out. Other than that, yeah, well, let's give this figure a 7. I really wanted to give him a higher grade. I really wanted to give him an 8, but this knee right here, like it's like sculpted open, but then it bends down here. That's kind of a black mark in my honest opinion. So we're gonna have to not give him that good of a grade. Thank you, Indy, for coming. You get a 7 out of 10. I still think Temple of Doom is my favorite Indiana Jones movie. And now we're moving on to my second favorite movie. Yes, we're talking about Raiders of the Lost Ark, but we're going to look at one of the baddies. One would argue it would be the main baddie, because Belloc is kind of an idiot, in all honesty. Major Arnold Toht. And yeah, you could just tell this guy is like evil just based off like the clothing. That's one of the underrated aspects of like George Lucas. He did know how to like, both Lucas and Spielberg, but they did know how to like design villains, and like you just take one good look at that guy, it's like, oh yeah, no, that's the bad guy right there, It's like if it was like the fashion of evil or something. And obviously the build an artifact, and I don't know. I would like to have the Ark of the Covenant. It's just, I don't know. I could only see myself owning Sala. I don't really think Marion or even Belloc are that attractive. Like maybe if I could get them at a good price, like $5-10 each. But yeah. Let's take a good look at this guy. And yeah, look, man, he looks plain evil even with the suit, but then you just give him like this coat. Just give him like this evil coat. Gunta. Yeah, look. Just takes it up once again. Da, 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 da. Yeah, alright. Let's see. This is so weird. They like pack the pieces together. Okay, so this is his palm. That's when he touched the... Oh no, I dropped it. Luckily, I could recover it. This is his hand when he touched the head piece to that staff, and it burned it on his hand, but he was able to inscribe it. But it was reversed, or I think no, he only had one set of the instructions, because in the back there was another set of the instructions, and therefore he was digging in the wrong place. Yeah. So there's that. Oh, this is awesome. Look at this. His melting face when they open the Ark of... Oh, wait, spoilers. But wait, you haven't seen a freaking 40-year-old movie? That's not my problem. Yeah, but look at this melting face. Awesome. Ah. I don't know if Bella got his melty face, but of course he also comes with this... I'm just going to assume it's a Luger pistol because he's German. And every German with like a handgun it's a Luger, right? Right. Of course, his hat, I guess his glasses don't come off. And of course you could put the hat on him, and there you go. And of course there's gloves right there. And yeah, so everyone remembers that scene where whoa, I thought I had popped it off. I guess the ballpoint is okay. Jeez, I thought I had broken it. So everyone remembers that scene where like he goes to the camp. He goes to the camp, to the German camp, and let me pop this baby in. It's not popping in. I'd have to warm it up. There it is. So yeah. But yeah, of course, everyone remembers that scene where he gives that Roman salute. Roman salute. Everyone knows what this is. Yeah, and of course, that's a good way to show that he also has the injury, you know, on his hand. But yeah. There's no such thing as a Roman salute, people. Okay. But anyways, yeah. This is... of course, he gets his comeuppance at the end of the movie. It's so weird. They all have like this neck piece. Like they have like a neck piece right here, but they also have... But the head should pop off, and I'm having a hard time popping off that head. There we go. Might have to warm it up. It's been in storage for, let me see right here, 2023. Could have sworn the line was much older than that, so I guess it's only at this date it's only a 2-year-old line, so it ain't that bad. Could have sworn that it was up in like 2022 though. I do need to warm up the pieces though, because holy, that's, yeah. This is whimsical. This is magical right here. Yeah. And let's look at the, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm really tempted now. I'm really tempted now to like build the arc. You know, get all the art pieces. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Of course, Indiana Jones. Once again, I don't know if I showed the side profile of the other figures, but they each have like a side profile shot, and it's actually pretty badass. Really, really nice. I actually do like this line had a clean look. I don't think they're gonna make any more figures. Would be nice if they do, but of course got off to a bad start because people were like, oh no, bad sculpting, windowless packaging, poor paint apps. Let's just wait until it goes on clearance. Okay. Alright, so let's look at his accessories. So of course he comes with the angel wings of the Ark of the Covenant right there. Here's the fertility idol. A fist, a punching fist. A revolver, and it's this one. This one's not colored all the way. The other one has the handle is colored. I guess like I would say it's a whip hand, or he's giving a thumbs up. Hey, of course, his trusty whip. And two hands right there. Two more hands. Wow, you got a lot of hands. Another fisted hand, and another like open palm grab. Oh, I guess to grab the idol. Yeah. And of course a curled up whip. So wow, this guy came loaded with all these accessories. So yeah, two sets of hands, the whip, the satchel, which I'm assuming is on the figure. And okay, so let's open him up. Major Arnold Toht, by the way, he gets 7.5 out of 10. Okay, and I guess I understand why people are complaining. I actually do like the likeness. He does look like Harrison Ford. Maybe people were complaining due to the fact that he can't take off the hat. And if you want him to be hatless, you actually have to buy like one of the Harrison Ford's that figures that they would sell that didn't come with a hat. You know, like maybe like that James Bond-esque one. That was an exclusive. See, and I could dig this. See, I guess they just got the mold from that one just for this one. And I honestly see no complaint other than butterfly joints. Does he actually have so he doesn't have any cut in the center, and I don't even think it's sculpted on. Apparently not. So maybe that's what people were complaining about back then, like no center cut right here. But he does have like a very good torso cut that's able to move a lot, so more than makes up for it. And the paint app is pretty good on him. Yeah, I don't know what people were thinking. His face likeness is pretty good. It's not, I wouldn't say it's spot on, but it's pretty there. And this satchel is removable. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, I like this figure. I'm gonna actually give him an 8 out of 10. So yeah, and that pretty much does it for the line. That does it for the review for these figures. I hope you guys enjoyed them. I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about my favorite attraction in Disneyland. I mean, it's that one, then Space Mountain, and if you just tell me which Space Mountain, I'm gonna say Ghost Galaxy. So it's that one, Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, and then Mission Breakout, Tower of Terror, and then Incredicoaster, and then it's Matterhorn, and then Big Thunder Mountain. I'm just naming them all. I didn't even mention Splash, but I'd rather not talk about Splash Mountain. Rest in peace, aka Tiana's Bayou Adventure, whatever they're gonna rename it. Gonna write it, but you know, Star Tours is also pretty. I'm just naming all the attractions at this point, but yeah, I guess my top 5 would be Indiana Jones Adventure, Space Mountain, Pirates, Haunted Mansion, and Guardians Mission Breakout. Yeah, but yeah, that does it. That does it for the reviews. And I don't think I'm gonna make. Normally I started making like epilogues to these, but this video is long enough as it is, and I think I pretty much said everything I needed to say in regards to these figures. Yeah, I might get some more indie figures down the line. Hopefully the line continues. I know it didn't get that good of a rep, and I don't know why. These are pretty solid figures, you know, a pretty solid outing from Hasbro, if I do say so myself. It's a shame if they don't make any more of them, but with the not Dial of Destiny, with the Great Circle video game out, who knows, they might make a small series over that, and they might just give us some more deep cuts from the movies. We could only hope. But that does it, guys. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace and love as always, and I am out. Watch.